Good morning, children. I hope you all are fine and have gone through the previous notes and videos which I sent to you. Till now, in the plant tissues, we discussed about the simple permanent tissues. Before going to the complex permanent tissues, I need to tell you about some of the protective tissues. Which is some of the simple permanent tissues, they take up the function of protection in the plants and we call them as protective tissues. These protective tissues are of two types in case of plants. One is the epidermis and other is the cork. Epidermis, as the name indicates, means the outermost layer of all the plant parts. All the plant parts, may it be the roots, may it be the stems or the leaves. This epidermis is made up of a single layer of cells, means it is only one cell thick layer. Sometimes in case of xerophytic plants only, it can be multi-layered, otherwise most of the times it is single layered. Other important characteristics of this epidermis are the cells of the epidermis are flat, there is a big central vacuole, cytoplasm is shifted to the periphery and a nucleus at the periphery again. The cells are active. There is no intercellular space in the epidermal cells. Epidermal cells means the cells which make up the epidermis. These are the general characteristics of the epidermis. Epidermis of the plants, according to certain different conditions where the plant is being grown, have different appendages. Means they have different organs, different parts associated with them. For example, epidermis of the desert plants. The epidermis of the desert plants, it bears a waxy coating made up of a waxy substance called as cutin. And we call this layer of cutin as the cuticle. In the desert plants, as there in the desert areas, in the dry habitats, there is deficiency of water. So this cuticle, this prevents the excess water loss. So this waxy coating prevents the excessive loss of water as well as provides provides protection from mechanical injury and does not allow the pathogens or the fungi to enter in. These are the characteristics of the epidermis of the desert plants. The epidermis of the roots, it bears certain long thread-like structures which we call as root hairs. As the roots, they need to absorb water from the soil. So these root hairs, these fine hairs present on the epidermal cells, they increase the surface area for the absorption of water and minerals. Same way, epidermis of the leaves, it bears minute pores which are known as stomata. These stomata are meant for gaseous exchange and transpiration in plants. Gaseous exchange means the exchange of carbon dioxide enters in and oxygen moves out through these stomata only. So, the epidermis of the leaf cells, the leaves, it bears fine pores surrounded by the guard cells. These fine pores are known as stomata and these are the kidney shaped guard cells. These are present in the epidermal cells or the cells of the epidermis only. So their main function is exchange of gases. With all this, you are clear about the functions of the general functions of the epidermis. As a waxy coating prevents the entry of the pathogens, also reduces the water loss due to transpiration and also provides protection against the mechanical injury. Stomata regulate the exchange of gases and the root hairs, they increase the surface area for the absorption of water and minerals. So these are the various appendages present on the epidermis and how it is acting as a protective layer. Another protective layer, it is called as the cork, which is also known as the bark of the tree. The outer woody layer is called as the cork. what happens is, as the plants grow older, जैसे जैसे plants grow करते चले जाते हैं, the epidermis, it undergoes certain changes. What are the changes that take place? You understand with this diagram. Suppose this is the epidermis. These epidermal cells, they undergo certain changes, and it is replaced by a strip of secondary meristem. Strip of secondary meristem. Meristem means growing tissues. Now these cells are capable of dividing. When they divide, they produce certain cells on its outer side, and also they produce certain cells on its inner side. This strip of secondary meristem is known as cork cambium, and the layers of the cells formed outside the cork cambium forms the cork, and the inner layers, that is under the cork cambium, form the secondary cortex. These cork cells are dead cells. They are compactly arranged, no intercellular space between them. There are the depositions of a chemical substance called as suberin. This chemical substance, suberin, it makes it impervious to water and gases, doesn't allow the exit of water and gases, and also provides protection against parasitic fungi. So it is again a protective tissue. Since it is light in weight, it does not catch fire so easily. So this cork of the trees is also used in making insulators or the shock absorbers. So the main functions of the cork are: number 1, protection against mechanical injury, extreme temperatures and fire, and also prevents loss of water by evaporation and transpiration. You need to remember the chemical substance present in the cork is the suberin, which makes the walls of the cork impervious, means impermeable to water and gases. Thank you.